Life is full of moments, both big and small. These moments shape us. They make us who we are and lead us to who we want to become. I want to become a principal, and I'm thankful for this opportunity to share those moments that led me to today. Back in April of 2002, I was a sophomore at James Madison University in Harrisonburg, Virginia, majoring in interdisciplinary studies with a minor in early education. I was sitting at my desk, flipping through one of the magazines I had picked up on the quad, and this quote just hit me. It said, "To teach is to touch a life forever." Instantly, I knew that moment was meant for me. I cut that saying out and pinned it to my corkboard. And do you know what? That piece of paper still follows me to this day, almost 20 years later. It defines my belief that good teaching touches lives, moves mountains, shifts perspectives, opens doors. I believe good teaching is all about connecting and forming a lifetime of moments. I was hired right out of college by a man named Pete Lyda with Colonial School District in Newcastle, Delaware. I started in a second grade classroom, filling in for a maternity leave. By October 1st, enrollment had doubled, and he was able to offer me a full-time job. I moved upstairs to a fourth grade classroom. 4 bare walls, 22 desks, 2 chalkboards, and that's about all. Kids were picked out of other overpopulated rooms and sent to me on October 2nd. Talk about baptism by fire. Now's a good time to mention my dream job was in the preschool setting. But I did it, and according to Pete, I did it well. So well that he asked me to loop with my students up to 5th grade the following year, where I stayed on until June of 2007. Looking back, those were the years that proved to me you can't teach well if your heart isn't in it. And my heart was, 1000%. My goal was to know those kids not just on academic levels, but on personal and emotional ones as well. I made phone calls home. I stopped by houses when kids were absent. I planned engaging lessons and thought I told some pretty good life stories, considering I was a mere 12 years older than my students. My goal was to connect. And I still keep in touch with many of those students today. In May of 2015, I attended Elisha Bovell's college graduation. She was one of those kids sitting in my 5th grade classroom. In 2005, I went back to school and earned a master's degree in guidance counseling. By the fall of 2007, I was engaged to my now husband and ready to start a new job as a 1st grade teacher at the Ocean City School District in Ocean City, New Jersey. A very different setting, one I was excited to experience. I was hired by Dr. Joanne Walls, who remained my principal for the first 7 years of my time in Ocean City, and by Dr. Kathleen Taylor, who remains to this day my superintendent and professional role model. September of 2019 marked my 13th. Over the years, I have served as both a 1st and 3rd grade teacher, as vice president of my local union, as a member of the building level leadership committee and district-wide technology committee. In the spring of 2017, I was named Cape May County Teacher of the Year, a moment I found myself so honored by. I was introduced to county and statewide educational leaders and started looking at this much bigger picture that I found myself highly interested in. And so another big moment in my life began to set in. A time where I realized I'm ready to do more, to touch more lives, to make a greater impact. And so principal, it is. I'm looking to build a great school with students front and center. A true leader's first priority must be in the students she serves. After all, they are the reason public education exists. And so providing them with equitable access to meaningful learning opportunities must always remain at the forefront. A true leader believes that all students can and will succeed. By making them the top priority, school climate and culture will be able to address academic, personal, and social-emotional development. So how can I make this happen? Well, I plan on greeting students by name each morning as they enter our building. It's important for them to feel welcome and included. Morning announcements will be meaningful, with students running the show. They can discuss the days of the week, weather, upcoming events, and even highlight special classrooms for things they're doing, such as a reading challenge or a project the class is working on. Additionally, my presence will be felt both in the classroom and in common areas, such as the lunchroom and recess yard. I will capitalize on all opportunities that allow me to know students on multiple levels. Each month, I plan to highlight a specific character trait, such as goal setting, compassion, kindness, and work ethic. Students will read a quote each day during morning announcements to motivate others. Monthly character education assemblies will bring in faces from our community, and students will learn why good character is so important to their upbringing. Students from each classroom will be highlighted monthly for representing these character traits and will be honored at monthly board meetings. The overall environment in our building will be nurturing, a place that is both warm and welcoming. Students will learn quickly that it's a safe space where everyone matters. A true leader provides these students with an exceptional teaching faculty and a staff trained to support them. Highly effective teaching makes for increased student achievement. It will be my job to ensure teachers feel valued, supported, and empowered to tackle the daily challenges they are faced. What will that look like? Well, weekly Monday Minute emails will be sent with school happenings, updates, and topics on the horizon. My goal will be to touch base in each classroom at least twice a month, if not more. I see myself praising positives at both PLCs and in faculty meetings, and will ask teachers to share out in both settings. I will also consider peer observations with teachers learning from each other and one-on-one meetings where suggestions on different techniques to try will be offered. Additionally, I will plan to attend grade level PLCs weekly to hear what's happening within each team and to see how I can assist them better. Working with the district curriculum coordinator, I will make sure all teachers are on the same page with instruction and that everyone feels comfortable with the level of vigor we provide our students. Using observational notes from walkthroughs and instructional rounds will enable me to zone in on concerns and pair teachers up to learn from one another. Meaningful professional development will be incorporated into everyone's school year. Monthly leadership meetings, made up of one teacher from each grade, one from special areas, and one from child study team, will be held after school so that I have a clear understanding of the concerns building-wide. Monthly faculty meetings will address these concerns while providing staff with a game plan moving forward. Monthly INRS meetings will provide teachers with an opportunity to present struggling students to the group. Brainstorming sessions during this time will give teachers fresh ideas on new strategies to try, and a plan for additional support will be put in place. Ongoing dialogue with teachers will give me a clear picture of all students' strengths and weaknesses, possible needs, and placements for the year ahead. All meetings will have a purpose and an outcome. My presence and involvement shows I support my teachers and my students. It proves I have a pulse on the building and an understanding of our curricular scope and sequence. It also helps me to see individual strengths and weaknesses, allowing me to plan appropriately for future PLCs, faculty meetings, and professional development opportunities. With students at the center and strong teachers supporting them each step of the way, the next focus for me as leader is in being somewhat of a visionary. I have a pulse on my building and should be able to identify areas of concern, as well as begin to form ideas for change. Input from my staff will be imperative, as it shows them we're all in this together. Because I have invested in them, they too will invest in me and in our school. Goals and expectations will be clearly communicated and revisited often to ensure success. At the heart of all this will be my ability to build and maintain positive, respectful relationships with all stakeholders, students and their families, faculty, staff, and the central office I report to, community members and neighboring districts. Effective communication and ongoing collaboration will serve me well. I see this happening in a variety of ways. Weekly all calls and email blasts will be sent on Sunday evenings so that families are reminded of the events for the week ahead. Monthly Libro ledgers will be sent home and posted online for all to see. The ledger will highlight important building-wide information for the month ahead, such as state testing, field day, scholastic book fairs, and also point out many of the cool things happening in our school. I will make myself available during monthly PTA meetings, showing families I value their comments and concerns. I can also include a section in my ledger on their events, which will help to promote their fundraisers. An end-of-the-year survey will be given to all families so that I can reflect on both the good and the bad. By communicating with families, I show them how strongly I believe in our school, my staff, its students, and in them. I show them that we are in a partnership with them as parents and us as educators, and it's our job to develop confident, independent, lifelong learners, to develop interactive and productive human beings, to develop respectful and responsible citizens. Again, the focus isn't just on academics, but also on the social and personal aspects of a child's well-being. I plan to establish and maintain a positive relationship with local papers and media sources. I would like to spotlight a staff member of the month, including a picture and the reasons why this person makes our building so special. A student of the month will also be showcased, relating back to our monthly character education themed assemblies. Board presentations will show central office all the good our building is working towards. Finally, as a leader, I see myself as one who values the lifelong learner. By interacting with a variety of people from all across the district, county, state, country, even world, I show myself and others that I am open to new ideas and interested in exploring other possibilities. With a focus on the student first, the teachers who serve those students, the vision of our building, and on the relationships we build together, I believe we all have the ability to touch a life forever. And so those are my moments, both big and small, moments that are shaping me into who I want to become.